Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to come back and make a video. It's been a while and wanted to share some information um, about things that have been going on recently, ideas, things like that. Um, and one thing that I was thinking about lately was, you know, I feel like, I was talking to some people about this lately. We're moving at lightning speed, and people are saying, throwing around labels, but they'll say, in a kind of flip way, they feel like they have this or that, and they're, so-called diagnoses that are trending now that they'll say they walk into the room and they can't remember what they came in the room for, and they um, think they left the stove on or left something plugged up or whatever, moving too fast, not being mindful. And I think some of it can be not so much that um, they have this certain diagnosis, but that more we all need to maybe take some time, not overload ourselves with so many things in the environment or things that we're watching, things that we're reading. Take our time um, and pay attention to what we're doing. Some people talk about meditation, and there are a lot of different ways to do meditation, but maybe we could think of meditation as just focusing on one thing at a time instead of trying to do 50 million things. And it kind of eats away at our ability to hold our attention on something for a long period of time. And then a lot of people talk about motivation. They're not getting things done because they're not motivated. But the thing is, I talked about it before. Motivation never stopped you if you needed to get up and go to work, put one foot in front of the other, get dressed, get yourself together and go because you got bills, you got to eat, you got responsibilities and things to take care of. You do it, even though you're not quote unquote motivated to do it. So I think it's important for people to consider that um, they can push themselves to do many things. They Now I know there are people that struggle, so I'm not lumping everyone into that category, but there are people who are just not doing it. And, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was fasting. I haven't eaten yet today. But the thing that I was thinking about is fasting kind of stops a person from clinging to just one little thing and feeling like everything hinges on that one thing. And if that doesn't happen, or if they don't get it, or if they don't keep it, they feel like it's all over. But when you do something like fasting, it puts things in perspective for you, and it helps you to think about the necessities versus um, the things that you can have, because it's wants versus needs sometimes. So I did a 3 day liquid fast. So I was just drinking water with my vitamin mix in it. And then I took a 1 day break and I ate, and then the next day I had a 1 day fast. And then this week, it was maybe a couple weeks ago this week. Now I did, 1 day. And I would not, of course, encourage anyone to do it if it's against their health. I would encourage people to talk with a qualified healthcare professional if they really want to get involved in it, and do something like fasting. But um, it's important for us to try to take care of our health the best way that we possibly can. But what I got from my 1 day fasting was more energy. I got energized. I got more encouraged, I'll say, to do some things that I wasn't doing, more encouraged to finish some things that I had started, and so on. Um, and I think a lot of us hold ourselves back from doing things, accomplishing things that we could accomplish. It's like my desires are waking up and I'm thinking, I was energized today and I was saying, oh, I could go out and do this and do that today. Now, some stuff I am doing, have done, and other stuff that I know I need to prepare before I do it. But one of the biggest points is that we often hold ourselves back from doing things, and we can do those things. Sometimes it just takes something to push us to do it. So if you're okay to do it, I would say doing a liquid fast. I've done a dry fast before too. But depending on your health, either one of them, I could just say from my experience, it's been great. And I'm not hungry. I actually usually once I do one day, I want to do more because of how great I feel, how energized I feel. Um, but again, just back to the original thing that I was talking about, focusing on um, being mindful, paying attention to what we're doing, and also something that's, I would say, in keeping with this other stuff that I'm talking about. I was just talking with someone recently, and they were saying, they feel underappreciated. And I was saying, well, one thing to consider is if you want something from others, consider giving that thing to others that you want. So if it's appreciation, consider giving others appreciation, because there are a lot of different ways that people give back to you that you don't pay attention to and you don't consider. A lot of the times it's not an issue, it's you. Um, so just again, in keeping with this thing, being mindful, thinking about things, consider giving others the thing that you want and just see how many times over it can come back to you. And I know a lot of people might not like that, the cold, hard truth, but it is important for us to consider. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to make some other videos as well, but I just wanted to put this information out there for now. Thank you for joining me, and I'll bring you some more videos soon. But I think the most important part of this message is just being mindful um, about things, taking your time, focusing if you need to on one thing at a time so you could get more accomplished. And it seems like for a lot of people, they're like, well, then I feel like I'm slowing down. But you feel like when you're going at, hyper speed, you're not getting anything done. It's funny that when you slow down, you get more things accomplished. And I know that recently I drove, cross country, and take just like taking more time, slowing down, I got to my destination faster. It felt like than, um, trying to speed and hurry. And when I say speed, I mean trying to rush. Um, yeah, so you seem to get there faster when you just take your time instead of trying to speed, rush, and being mindful of things. All right, y'all. I'm going to see you on the next video. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.